Hello, I hope everybody's having a blessed one. Thank you very much for tuning into my video. This is Prophet Desmond, and today I wanted to talk about the biblical model of church and why church needs to welcome homosexuals and the LGBT community. And this, when I say welcome, I mean bring them in, still bring them to Christ. I don't mean promote the behavior. I mean welcome him. And this is pretty much me talking about the biblical model of church. So in the third epistle of John, let's pretty much read it. This is the King James Version. The elder the elder unto the well-beloved Gaius, whom I love in truth. Behold, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. For I rejoiced greatly, when the brethren came and testified of the truth that is in thee, even as thou walkest in the truth. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. Beloved, thou doest faithfully whatsoever thou dost to the brethren and to strangers, which have borne witness of thy charity before the church, whom if thou bring forward on their journey after a godly sort, thou shalt do well, because that for his name's sake they went forth, taking nothing of the Gentiles. We therefore are to receive such that we might be fellow helpers to the truth. I wrote unto the church, but Diotrephes, who loves to have the preeminence among them, received us not. Wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds which he doeth, prating against us with malicious words, and not content therewith. Neither doth he himself receive the brethren, and forbiddeth them that would, and casteth them out of the church. Beloved, follow not that which is evil, but that which is good. He that doeth good is of God, but he that doeth evil hath not seen God. Demetrius hath good report of all men, and of the truth itself, yea, and we also bear record, and ye know that our record is true. I had many things to write, but I will not with ink and pen write unto thee. But I trust I shall surely see thee, and we shall speak face to face. Peace be to thee. Our friends salute thee, great to friends by name. So this is pretty much about to be one of my most controversial videos, and I know a lot of people are about to start calling me false prophet, false teacher, but this is when you look at the greatest commandments. When Jesus asked in the gospel what the greatest commandments was, it was love thy neighbor and love thy God. Now Jesus had told his people to go preach in the uttermost corner of the world. You can, as you see in this epistle, they frown upon not being welcome to the church. So there's the Great Commission and there's the two greatest commandments, love thy neighbor. And I believe that like what I've seen with some modern churches is that they are so malicious towards the LGBT and gay community. Now me, I believe it's men and women, and that's how God made it. So I'm not in support of that type of behavior. But I believe that church is supposed to welcome all people. It's still supposed to welcome all people and try to bring them to Christ. You cannot bring somebody to Christ when you're malicious and on the attack. It kind of reminds me of when the adulterous woman was brought before Jesus and they wanted to stone her. And then Jesus had pointed out that they're hypocrites, that they have all sinned. And he forgave that lady and told her to sin no more. And this is how we should be towards the gay and the LGBT community. We should welcome them and bring them to Christ. It doesn't mean that we should tolerate their behavior or promote it, but it means we should try to bring them to Christ and bring them to the truth. Because the biblical model of church is a church full of love and a church that is welcoming. Let me look at some more Bible. Mm. Okay, let me look at this one. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11. This is one of my favorite Bible verses. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11. I'm looking for the King James version. and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. You see, you can bring somebody to Christ, but not tolerate their behavior, not promote their behavior. And I feel like that should be the same thing with the body of Christ. It's not our job to condemn. In the gospel, pretty much Jesus was pretty much saying that we should not judge. By the same measure we use to judge, will also be judged. So it's not our duty to judge and condemn. It's our duty to proclaim the gospel, to try to bring people to Christ. It's not our duty to judge. So that's the whole point of my video. That the church needs to be more needs to try to be more welcoming towards the gay and the LGBT community. It's not our duty to condemn, but it's our duty to bring to Christ. Now welcoming does not mean we tolerate and promote the behavior. It doesn't mean we're accepting it as Christ-like. It means we're trying to draw them closer to God, introduce the gospel to them. We don't come to church looking at them with so many eyes. We don't say malicious things. That's not our duty. Our duty is to just preach the gospel and be witnesses for Christ. Thank you very much. Have a blessed one. Thank you very much for looking at my video. Please like, share, and subscribe.